be rude as well, Breck, if we didn't catch you while you were down here and speak about football matters at the moment. It's been a great run recently, 7 games unbeaten in the league, and Matt Hamshaw's side doing really well. What have been your thoughts over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I'm really pleased for Amy and the staff. It's been a very hard start to his managerial career. He's had so many injuries, and we're always hopping on about it. Everybody's talking about it in town, and I know that the staff and everything are looking into that. I personally think most of it is just bad luck. But yeah, that's what being a football manager. You go to bed at night and you've got these problems and you don't sleep. So I do feel for Matt. I've been in that position. But yeah, he's picked up the 7 games now and going strength to strength in these games. And not only that, he's picked up some more injuries. I was down there on Saturday. I thought the lads were superb Saturday against a good Luton side, which have spent a lot of money this year. They've come out of the Premier, they've got the parachutes. But after a great result, don't forget, the week before. So I thought the lads were excellent on Saturday. They limited them to very few chances. I do think if we'd have had the strikers on the pitch the second half, I think we could have probably won the game. And referee's decision, I don't want to go too much into that, but wow, what a decision that. If it had just waited, would we have scored? We don't know, but it had been a one-on-one with a keeper. And we could have come back with 3 points, but the second half were really tough. And I felt for Amy and the staff. I could see him getting agitated on the bench a little bit. No strikers really on the pitch. We had to defend, and we did defend. And the senior pros were outstanding. Some of the younger ones that's coming in now, they're blending really well. Gore and Spence, I don't like naming players too much, but Gore covered every inch of that park. Tackles as well. And the senior pros, as I said, putting the bodies on the line. Some really good performances on Saturday, because that isn't an easy place to go to, Luton, to get a point or very close to getting 3 points. But yeah, he's got the problems. That's the problems of being a manager. The loneliness of a football manager. I bet he wonders what he's done for the curse. But it's good. We're in good form from early in the season. It's his chance. He's a very, very good coach. He's an intelligent lad. He's got a good staff behind him, and he's learning on it. And yeah, I'm pleased. He's doing well. A Rotherham lad. He's one of his own. So he's got my full backing. And yeah, strength to strength. And I just hope the injuries pick up. And January, we can't wait for January. It's wishing my life away. And I'm getting on a little bit now, Sam. But you're wishing for that January window to come, and hopefully that some clubs are in favour of Rotherham and players where they come to Rotherham rather than other clubs. But I'm looking forward to that as well.
We just use the Luton Town game as a bit of an example for what it stood for. To the outside world, obviously just a 0-0 draw, but how hard is it as a coaching staff to drill in kind of the characteristics that were shown, the way that they dug in the adversity, and they have done in recent weeks? It's not something that happens overnight, that, is it? No,
it's not. It comes from the top, comes from the manager and the staff. Training, make training interesting, an happy place, togetherness. The senior pros with the young lads that have come in, they're starting to blend a little bit. We've had some good performances, as you've said, recently. And they're growing in strength, and you get that. The football season's 10 months. It's 9 months slog, but it's 10 months with the pre-season. It's a long time, and you're together as a team, and you're going to have your ups and downs. And it's a rebuilding. We all know it's a rebuilding. How many players he's had to bring in, how many players left in the summer. So he had a big task, but that's how you get the job. That's how he got the job in the first place. He got the job because it was struggling a little bit, and it's his chance, and I really do. He's got my full backing. I'm excited, but I'd like to see these injuries clear up a little bit, and let's January here, and let's, as I say, let's hope that we can bring 2 or 3 lads in to strengthen it. And who knows? You know, people were all doom and gloom at the start of the season. Picked up. We've gathered momentum, and all at once with so many points. I don't want to put too much pressure on Amy and the staff, but we're not far off that top 6, and you never know, do you? You know, January comes round. I remember the great season that I played in when we were 3rd bottom of the league with Emily News. I just got back in the side actually with Jerry Gow come from Man City. We won the famous February, 8 out of 8. I mean, I don't think it'll ever be done again, but it's amazing when you get on a run like that from being 3rd bottom in the championship, which it was the 2nd division, but we got together that season, we won a game and then won, and you know, if you remember that first game, it was when Jerry got sent off and we were down to 10 men. We were 1-0 down against Derby County, and we managed to pull it off, a great performance, and we went on. So we grew in strength that year, and you know, we were unlucky not to go up. So I'm hoping it's going to be another one of them seasons for Amy where we hopefully certainly go close. But I don't want to put too much pressure on him. Let's just rebuild and let's just take it one game at a time, and let's get behind him. The fans are behind him. 90% of the fans, you know, it's for fans. It's all about opinions. You know, that's what makes football great. We've all got opinions. I hear them every day. I mean, I was in the stand at the last home game, which were fantastic, and I were in one of the boxes actually. I was lucky I were invited up there, and don't know who the young lady was, but she was sat at the side of me, and we were talking, and there were everybody around me were saying this and that, and she just whispered in my ear. She just leant over. She says, "What's it like sat here with all these managers?" And I thought it were a great quote, and I just said, well, that's fantastic what you just said, but it's all about opinions. You're allowed them. That's what you pay for. You know, we're all football managers. The only thing about that is, Amy has to pick the team at 1:45, or probably on a Friday, but he might have to wait for 1 or 2 players, but he's the one that picks the side. With the staff, we all pick it at 5 o'clock. If we knew certain things were going to happen in the afternoon, it's a great saying that, you know, we probably wouldn't have picked him if we'd have known he were going to play like that, or if he were going to do that. It's a great game, isn't it?